Maitreya, Vidura, just uttering their names itself is very wonderful. So we heard about, so the first section was about Uddava Vidura Samvadara, then Vidura Maitreya Samvada, then there was description of Vaikuntha, then Kardama Muni and Devahuti Charita. There we are hearing about Lord Kapila's instructions. Okay, so far we heard about the plights of fetus in the womb of mother, and when that baby is born, the plight of a human being in the material world. We heard all that. And after that, when Mother Devahuti asked about how when Mother Devahuti requested Lord Kapila to please get her out of the illusion of Aham Mameti, then Lord Kapila started speaking about Adhyatmika Yoga, which can be performed as Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Ashtanga Yoga. But even if it is Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, they are dependent on Bhakti Yoga. That's one thing. And amongst these three yogas, Bhakti Yoga is complete and perfect. And hence, Mother Devahuti is asking on our behalf. So how can I perform Bhakti, please? That's when we heard from Lord Kapila about Raga Bhakti. How attachment to a sadhu and attachment to a sadhu, attachment to the Vani and Katha coming from Mahan Mukhachuta, from the sadhu, takes one from Shraddha, Ratir, Bhaktir, Anukramishati. So we heard about the Raga Bhakti. And then after that, when Mother Devahuti asked, this is so wonderful, Raga Bhakti is good. But what if somebody, for those who does not have that natural attachment to sadhu yet. So what does sadhana bhakti look like? And also, please explain all the plights that the jiva goes through in the womb and in this material world. To that question, Lord Kapila started explaining about sadhana bhakti and about the plights of the fetus and the person in the material world. So that was the continuation. So yesterday, as we heard about sadhana bhakti, Lord Kapila explained sadhana bhakti as bhakti. No, it's not, we are calling it as sadhana bhakti, but Lord Kapila is saying bhakti is pure, but when it is mixed with modes, then it can appear. When it is mixed in modes, then it has these characteristics. ऐसा बोल के then Lord Kapila says, when there is bhakti depending on the practitioner, bhakti appears in three ways. If the practitioner is in the mode of ignorance, which is characterized by violence in the form of envy or pride or anger. So, somebody may be a devotee. They may be doing bhakti. But when there is envy, anger, and pride inside, of course, it will show up outside too. So that bhakti is said to be bhakti in the mode of ignorance. Then there is bhakti being performed outside, but there is trishna for fame, recognition inside. Then that bhakti is said to be in the mode of rajoguna. Bhakti being performed outside, so one can be peaceful inside. Then that bhakti is said to be in the mode of goodness. Dear devotees, we heard that right? Mode of goodness bhakti can be a big trap, dear devotees. Mode of ignorance to dikhta hai. One thing about the bhakti in mode of ignorance is when we see, now that we are hearing, how does it look like bhakti in mode of ignorance? And we will know when there is envy or pride or anger like that. We will know. One question here is, bhakti outside, angry inside. Okay, we understand that is bhakti in ignorance. How about bhakti outside, depression inside? Where does it fall? Anger that cannot be expressed outside, which boils as resentment inside, is depression. In other words, I do not agree with what is happening with me. And if I say it out loud, that's angry. I am unable to say it loud for whatever reason it is inside, then that is resentment. Resentment to a greater degree is depression. Aisa. So that is bhakti in the mode of ignorance. So resentment and depression hurts oneself. See, any element of violence hota to, violence to our own self or violence to others, that falls in the category of bhakti of mode of ignorance. Bhakti in ignorance. Okay. So if one identifies, okay, my bhakti is happening, but it looks like it is in ignorance, what do I do? Dear devotees, it can be overwhelming, especially when we identify that our bhakti is in mode of ignorance, and we want to progress in bhakti. Yeah, a combination hota hai na, it can be overwhelming, dear devotees. It can be overwhelming. If itna angry hai inside or depressed hai inside, but want to progress in bhakti, want to become pure as soon as possible, it can take a big toll on us. We have to be cautious at that point. One thing is, when somebody has this, somebody notices that their bhakti is going in the mode of ignorance. Bhakti in ignorance or passion or goodness or pure bhakti, one thing is bhakti will not stop. Bhakti should not stop. Harinam should not stop. That should not stop. Harinam should not stop. Then what do I do? Katha sunna hai. Okay. Utsaha nischayat dhairyat. That is important. Utsaha is enthusiasm. Nischayat is determination or nischayat and dhairyat, patience. These three things, dear devotees. Having enthusiasm when we are watering down. Enthusiasm will be there when there is faith. I don't have the result yet. I am not peaceful yet. I am angry. But the bhakti process is potent. I may be angry now. I may not be clean now. But I will continue. I will continue to hear Katha. I'll continue to do seva. I'll continue bhakti to Bhagavan. Yeah? I will continue bhakti to Bhagavan with faith. कि ये हो जाएगा. आज नहीं तो कल. If not now, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, next year. But it will happen. A faith hai na? So that practice with faith is enthusiasm. Hopeful. I am hopeful. Yeah, hopeful. Right. That's our choice, to be hopeful or hopeless. There is no good reason to be hopeless in bhakti, dear devotees. The whole Shastra, all the bhaktas in the past, bhaktas in the present, everybody, when there is change happening in so many people, and when it is such an authentic process, what good reason is there to be hopeless? There are more reasons to be hopeful. And if I'm feeling hopeless, I better be with people who are feeling hopeful. Like that. Okay. association, sadhu sangha, feeling hopeful. That is enthusiasm. That is important, dear devotees, especially in the beginning when we see that there is a lot of dirt inside. Having faith that this is भगवान की process है, भक्ति तो भगवान की शक्ति है, तो then it will, auspiciousness will come, faith. So enthusiasm equal to faith. ठीक है? It does not mean, enthusiasm doesn't mean you know, what is that word? Itna bubbly. SNA, it's not that we have to jump up and down. Enthusiasm is something from within. Something from within. Faith, yes, it will take me further. Oh, hai. So enthusiasm. Second thing is patience. Yes, I know I am so dirty inside. Malum hai, but that's okay. Patience. Accepting myself as such. Yeah. Unless I accept myself as such, with all the limitations, with all the deficiencies I have, I will not be able to accept anybody else outside like that. If I am hard on myself, I will automatically be hard on everybody else outside. If I'm a perfectionist myself, want to see myself perfect, pure, pakka, that will make me get stuck in the mode of ignorance. It is such a paradoxical thing. Hai. I want to advance in bhakti. I want to have a pure heart, or whatever name we may give. Yeah. But patience ne, accepting myself as such. If I don't have patience myself, I will not be able to. If somebody cannot tolerate themselves, they will not be able to tolerate others. Nobody is perfect. With all the deficiencies I have to. A tolerate word be anyway. So tolerate, accept, at least accept. Tolerate, nahi, accept, please, accept. So I have to accept myself. Then I will be able to accept everybody around. Very, very, very important. Unless I accept for who I am with all the deficiencies, I will not heal inside. Without healing myself, how will I accept others? So patience chahiye. Patience mane, I would say accepting. Accept. No problem. I'm in the beginning stage of bhakti. I have deficiencies. I accept it. Like that. So patience is equal to acceptance. Enthusiasm is equal to faith. Right. And determination. Determination is not a big deal. Just be with the sadhu sangha. Just be with the Vaishnavas. Be in the devotee association. Every day be in the devotee association. You like it or not. Mind will not always like discipline. It will dislike more than liking. So it may wonder is what is there to be surprised. Of course it will be like that in the beginning. Mind will say, no, I need a break. कर सकते, थोड़ा कुछ कर सकते, इतना ज्यादा क्या? Yeah? Balance. Balance in the life. Oh, the mind will say zillion things. And in those zillion things, different shades. Sab karte hain. Okay. That's what the mind is meant for. It's okay. It's a child. Let it say what it has to say. But keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. We will not be able to keep going ourselves, dear devotees, especially in the beginning. Komala Shraddha hai na. How can creeper just stand on its own? It is just trying to sprout. Andar se. It cannot stand on its own. It needs a tree or a support to go around. So that tree or support, that is the devotee association. So determination, we don't have to sweat hard. Just be with the devotees every day, not just weekly. We don't know what the mind will do in between. If it's a weekly, it has 6 days to play with us, the mind. Okay. Just be with the devotees every day, like it or not. Mind को पता चलना है कि okay, this mind game is not gonna work. ऐसा. So determination is, in order to see that the determination is in place, we just be with the Vaishnava Sangha every day. That's all. In order to be patient, we accept ourselves. We don't have to struggle to accept others. Just accept yourself and see. You will automatically accept the children for what they are, with all their failures, with all their fears, with all their deficiencies, everything. Pele, we have to accept ourselves. Asa. Okay, so there's those 3 things. Okay, we are doing bhakti, but if we see that our bhakti is in a violent mode, violent mode, violent to ourselves or violent to anybody else. If it is in violent mode, utsaha nischaya dhairyat. How about if it is in passionate mode? Just slow kar dena gaadi ko, that's all. Freeway mein, if we are driving on 90, when the speed limit is 70, that's not a problem. Bhakti and passion is just to slow down. It's okay. That is not a problem. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow down is so peaceful. No competition hai yahan. Bhakti to andar internal journey. Yeah. Internal journey to Bhagavan with Bhagavan. So speed की जरूरत है क्या है? Outside proving की जरूरत क्या है? What is there to prove outside? Huh? What is there to accomplish outside? Nothing. When we realize that, oh, this is nothing about outside, then we will see we want to slow down then. So that is also not a problem. For bhakti, rajasic bhakti also, to come towards, to slow down. So more difficulties when bhakti is in tamasic, in a violent mode. That will take time, but we really have to be patient with ourselves, accept ourselves, hug ourselves. Oh, hey, hug ourselves. But the holy name, we just have to remember our violence to our own self or to others is not really to ourselves or to others, but it is to Krishna. When we see that, then we will call out to Krishna. We will get all the strength there. Yeah, Guru and Krishna, that's there. And bhakti in mode of goodness, that can be a very nice, comfy trap. Everybody says, yeah, you are very peaceful. Devotion is there and you are peaceful. So that is very wonderful. But that also, how to come out of that? That is not easy, dear devotees. To come out of mode of goodness of bhakti is not easy. It is easy to come out of the ignorance and to come out of the passion, because we realize something has to be set right. But like in bhakti in mode of goodness, we look like we are doing one nice bhakti. Everybody is also saying, oh, wonderful bhakta. Oh, we think we're good. So that can be a trap. But when a devotee, how to come out of the trap is when they see a devotee performing pure devotional service, then they will know, whoa, so there is something different. I thought I'm doing very nice bhakti, balanced hai, peaceful hai, but there is something else. Aisa, when we see somebody performing raga bhakti, then whoever is in that mode of goodness, they will know, oh, okay, I am just at that peaceful thing only. That is the only thing that can save the devotee who is stuck in the mode of goodness. When they see somebody performing, raga bhakti, like that. So That was actually part of the summary, like in detailed description ban gaya. But I did that voluntarily because that is something important for all of us from a practical standpoint. So we heard that yesterday. And today we are going to hear, dear devotees. Okay. Actually, continuation. We can continue. What we are going to hear today is this. Bhakti in mode of ignorance ho gaya, passion ho gaya, goodness. Actually, it is not easy to come to even bhakti in mode of goodness. Not easy. To be able to do bhakti every day peacefully despite what life is throwing at us is not easy. Actually, that is not possible, at least without at least some anchoring to the instruction of Guru. It will not be possible to perform bhakti every day and to be in a peaceful. That is almost nishta. That is almost nishta. Nishta means the modes are still there, but the modes doesn't stop us from keeping going. In the seva, in the nama, like that. So that is nishta. So you will still manage to be peaceful. Not that you are not disturbed, but you're not disturbed for too long. You quickly set right and continue to be peaceful. That stage of nishta, which is good. That's not easy also. Dear devotees, that's not easy. So, then what's next? We are hearing. That's what we are going to hear today. What's next? But did we not hear? That's Raga Bhakti, right? After Nishta is Ruchi. A person, a devotee can come from steady bhakti to very attached bhakti. That is Raga Bhakti, right? Yes. So what happens then? That is what we are going to hear. Okay. So, when the devotion is happening, bhakti is happening out of great attachment to, actually, let's define Raga Bhakti. Then it will be more easier. It will be clear. The other day somebody was asking, right? Mataji was asking, how do I know that I'm doing Raga Bhakti? The answer that was given was, when you have great attachment to Guru, then you know you have Raga Bhakti. That is good enough, but elaboration will give a lot more clarity. Raga Bhakti is, there is great attachment to Guru and Nama, Harinama. Especially in this day and age of, in Kali Yuga, we can say attachment to Guru and Krishna, but what form of Krishna? We can say attachment to Bhakti, but which anga of Bhakti specifically in Kali Yuga? So attachment to Guru. How do I know that I have attachment to Guru? When I have attachment to Nama. How do I know I have attachment to Krishna? When I have attachment to Nama. In Kali Yuga it is Nama. It is only through Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela are revealed in Kali Yuga. So very specifically Nama. So Raga Bhakti means Raga, attachment to Guru and Nama. So attachment is inside to Guru and Nama. Then what is the verification here for my own self? What is the verification? Externally, Trinadapi Sunichena Taroreva Sahishnana Amanina Manadena. That's the indicator of Raga Bhakti. It's not sentimental. Raga Bhakti is not sentimental. Very clearly we have to understand. Can somebody become so tolerant, so humble overnight? Sentiments can happen in a minute. Very good music, something, sentiments can happen. But Raga Bhakti doesn't happen overnight because Raga Bhakti is not a sentimental bhakti. That we have to understand. Raga Bhakti is not to do with the mind. Raga is from the heart, and it is generated from the attachment to Guru and Krishna. That attachment comes when we know the tattva. When we know that the jiva is dependent on the personification of mercy of Bhagavan, which is Guru, when we hear it, when we realize it, from that realization comes a spiritual mellow. That is raga. That's when the bhakti is in ruchi, past nishta. Yeah. So raga bhakti is filled with ruchi. Ruchi 24/7. Whatever the life may throw at you, however the people may be with you. That ruchi, that great attachment is raga bhakti, is ruchi. Yeah. So that's the answer. How do I know I have raga bhakti? Internally, there is great attachment to Guru and Nama. And external indicator is, it's not just Trinadapi Sunichena, Taroreva Sahishnuna. That is a minimum thing. Raga means there is ruchi. There is relishment. Trinadapi Sunichena, Taroreva Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadena is a basic requisite. It is only a requisite. Be tolerant is only a requisite. Are you relishing something being tolerant? Not really. Yeah. Do not expect any respect. Yeah. Give all respect. Okay. But there is not a lot of rasa there. It is only like a fence. A fence for the rasa to go on within. What is the rasa that goes on inside with the fence of Trinadapi Sunichena outside? Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitamba jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishware bhavatad bhakti ahai tukitvayi. I have so much ruchi for you, Bhagavan. I want only the taste of loving service to your lotus feet, Bhagavan. Not the taste of dhanam, janam, kavita, sundarim, Bhagavan. The ruchi is starting here. Ruchi is starting here. Trinadapi Sunichena is a fence only. Within that fence, ruchi is generated. Outside the fence of Trinadapi, whatever emotions come, they are sentimental, come and go. Any mellow that is generated within the fence of Trinadapi Sunichena is the transcendental mellow. So the ruchi, the beginning of the ruchi is Bhavatat Bhakti Ahai Tukitvayi, please. That's then, so that is ruchi coming towards asakti. What does asakti look like? Ayinanda tanuja kinkaram patitamam vishame bhavam buddha. Kripaya tava pada pankaja stita dhuli sadrisham vichintaya. Asakti. Here, Bhagavan's Nanda Tanuja Krishna's lotus feet is coming here. In asakti, there is Swarupa Abhasa, spiritual form, Abhasa. Swarupa is known in Bhava, but Abhasa is known in Asakti. That's why Nanda Tanuja Krishna, would you please place me as a dust particle at your lotus feet? So spiritual form is not completely revealed yet, but Abhasa, it's getting there like that. Then, when the spiritual form is revealed within, and the seva is being offered, Nayanam galadashrudharaya vadanam gadgadaruddhaya gira pulakair nichitair vapukada tavanama grihane bhavishyati. So that's asakti, bhava. Nayanam galadashrudharaya. Bhava. Bhava is also called sthayi bhava or rati. And bhava samadhi, if you have heard that, bhava samadhi, acharyas, they were in bhava samadhi. In bhava samadhi, they are not aware of any externals or even their external body too. They don't realize that they are actually in a mortal frame. Bhava samadhi. Yeah, so that's bhava samadhi. So these are the further stages. So now what we are going to hear is Lord Kapila speaking about Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, we will go through the slides, but what we want to know is draw the parallels to Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. So we heard that in Ashtanga Yoga, Pratyahara. See, in any yogas, so far what did we hear, dear devotees? We heard, actually it's a good continuation, Lord Kapilas, yeah? From, bhakti in different modes, including bhakti in mode of goodness, and then we heard about bhakti coming to the nishta, and now we just heard about the ruchi asakti like that. So this is where we are now. So we heard about bhakti, the spectrum of bhakti. Bhakti which is done in modes, and bhakti which has become transcendental, which is becoming transcendental past ruchi. That we have heard so far. Now what we are going to hear is parallels between this bhakti yoga and Ashtanga yoga. Okay, that's what we are going to hear. Even if it is Jnana yoga or Ashtanga yoga or bhakti yoga, as we have already heard, the do's and don'ts will be there, because yoga has to do with the soul. For spiritual journey, one has to get over the disturbances and pull of senses, body and mind. Whatever yoga it might be. Those are like basic things. Basics. Dear devotee, so basics hai. We think 4 regulative principles, if we hear, we have difficulty doing. Those are just externals. Gross 4 regulative principles are externals. So, the yama niyama, do's and don'ts, are to control the senses. Any yoga, even bhakti yoga also. Do's and don'ts. Our don'ts, the 4 regulative principles, are to control the senses. Okay. Rules and regulations are to control the senses. And in Ashtanga Yoga, next thing is to control the body, because they have to sit in the posture, not moving for months together. In Bhakti Yoga, it is not about sitting long. So we don't need the postures. As long as there is the body is healthy to perform seva, we are okay. So not so much stress on the postures, not so much stress on the pranayama. We don't need control over the air. We don't need control over the body. Control over the senses we need. Otherwise, they pull us. They pull us away from Krishna. They pull us away from seva, like that. So control over the senses. So those are the regulative principles. Then next comes control of the mind. In Ashtanga Yoga, they do it in a very mechanical way. Wherever the thought is going, they withdraw, and they put it on the chakras inside. Very mechanical way, clearly. Pick it up from there and place it here. That's Ashtanga Yoga. How do we do Pratyahara in Bhakti? Do we... we don't... No controlling in Bhakti. We don't have to control anything, including mind. Bhakti is about Bhagavan. Bhakti is about Bhagavan. Wherever the mind goes, we see Krishna there. See that in relevance to Krishna. Wherever the mind goes, see the relevance with Krishna. Anukulyasya sankalpam, pratikulasya varchanam. Okay, so if this particular thing, this particular person, where the mind went to, if it is Krishna's, if the thing is Krishna's, if the task is Krishna's, then anukulasya sankalpam, proceed. And if it is pratikulasya, if it's not going to be pleasing to Krishna or pull us out of the seva to Krishna, then the mind stops there. Mind, it's not that I want to control the mind. It's not about controlling the mind. I'll give this example. Ekadasi pizza. Okay. Yeah. Ekadasi is there. No grain. But I want to eat pizza. If somebody wants to eat pizza, it may look like, oh, if somebody wants to eat pizza, then just do no grain pizza. Dovetail. Eat pizza, no grain pizza, and offer it to Krishna. That's more doable, more sustainable. And when we are actually doing it, Krishna, I have this pull for the food. Just it is in the Ekadasi hai, somehow in the form of prasadam, it is rescuing me. But this tongue, the taste is pulling me, Krishna. So prayer inside, Krishna. Instead of this much pull for prasadam, when would there be pull for seva, Krishna? Some pull for nama, Krishna. Some prayer inside. And outside, instead of no, if you can do no pizza at all, no pizza, Ekadasi, if you are able to do it, well and good. If you're not able to, then go for no grain pizza. Like that. So it's not so much about mind control, but it is about dovetailing. Dovetailing it and doing it for Krishna. Like that. And there is a difference between mind control and this one. When we are dovetailing it and doing it to Krishna, we are getting closer to Krishna. We are thinking of Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, what is this, Krishna? This is Ekadasi. This pulling with this, when would it stop, Krishna? Please. Someday, thoda sa. Yeah. Like that. So, as we try to get out of that attachment, we are constantly with Krishna. So it doesn't go in a controlling mode. I will control this anyway. Okay, you will control pizza, no problem. And that's not too hard because you know you're going to eat pizza next day. A controlling propensity hai na. Wo jana hai na. You may control with pizza. Try it with something else. Try it with the people. Try it with the life. So bhakti is not so much about controlling. Bhakti is about dovetailing. And bhakti is about placing it with Krishna. That is wonderful way beyond controlling actually. Controlling can only increase our ahamkara. But when we are dovetailing it and placing it Krishna, that ahamkara also goes away. So you see, these are finer things about bhakti, okay? That's pratyahara in bhakti. Pratyahara is bring your mind to Krishna. Wherever you see, bring mind to Krishna. That's pratyahara. Yeah. And then after that is dharana and dhyana. So in bhakti, after pratyahara, in Ashtanga Yoga, after pratyahara comes dharana and dhyana. So what happens in bhakti? Pratyahara is getting to the nishta stage. Pratyahara. So tolerating whatever that might come upon us and going on. That's pratyahara. That is nishta stage for us in bhakti. Next comes dharana. Dharana means the meditation is starting now in Ashtanga Yoga. I think now we can go. We can go to the slides. Actually, let me say this also. Then you will be able to, when you see the slides are beautiful with the deities darshans there. Okay. Dharana means meditation is just starting. In Ashtanga Yoga, dharana means meditation is just starting. They see the form, Paramatma form inside. The form, not the details of the form, but the mind is not going anywhere now and is able to see the form of Paramatma. Dharana is start of the meditation. You know, when we pour water, the stream of water, how continuous it is, stream of water. Yeah. So that is dharana. But when the meditation gets even more thick, dense, and continuous, that is called dhyana. And when you pour honey, instead of water, when you pour down honey, it is so thick. There is no space in between also. Thick. Yeah. Dhyana is like that, pouring the honey down. In dhyana, there is darshan of the Lord in dhyana. A clear darshan of the Lord. The lotus feet of the Lord. Every divya anga of the Lord in dhyana. Dharana, dhyana. And in samadhi, there is so much absorption in the darshan of the Lord that they lose conscious. They're not conscious of the mortal frame anymore. That's samadhi. That is in Ashtanga Yoga. Dharana, dhyana, samadhi. What is the parallel in Bhakti Yoga? Pratyahara parallel is nishta in Bhakti. Dharana, the parallel is ruchi. Because the meditation is starting. Ruchi is starting. So that is ruchi. When the ruchi gets thicker, that is asakti, dhyana. That's where the abhasa is. Swarupa abhasa. It means they're faintly seeing the form of the Lord. And when that is happening, faintly seeing who they are also in spiritual form. There are details of spiritual form. The 11 details are there. What is my form? What is the name? What is my seva? Those details are there. So all those details are not known. But the form, outer form, like, okay, spiritual body is starting to be in action, in asakti, like that. That's asakti. And samadhi is, past asakti is bhava, bhava samadhi. In bhava, the spiritual body is sthayi bhava. Spiritual body is fully formed. And there is a relationship that the spiritual body is offering seva to Bhagavan in a specific relationship. Sthayi bhava, rati. That is what is happening in bhava samadhi inside for a devotee. When they're not conscious of their external mortal frame, what is it happening? And they are in sthayi bhava, offering seva to Bhagavan in a specific mellow. That's what is happening inside. That's bhava samadhi. So in bhakti, bhava samadhi is equal to samadhi in Ashtanga Yoga. So by this time it is clear. Whatever Ashtanga Yogi is experiencing after whatever lives, to be able to do that Ashtanga Yoga, mechanical Ashtanga Yoga, to be able to see how Paramatma Darshan through Ashtanga Yoga, it is said that it takes lives and lives to come to that stage, to be able to see Paramatma. It means, like Kardama Muni, he was able to see the Lord As soon as they sit, they will be able to see Paramatma. Mane, for thousands, their lifespan was 100,000 years at that time in Kruta Yuga. So to say, for Ashtanga Yoga to be able to have Paramatma realization, we are not talking about studio yoga here. Not talking about studio yoga in Kali Yuga. The studio yoga in Kali Yuga, there is not even yama niyama, what to speak of yoga. There are no rules and regulations also that they follow. The body moving this way, that way is not yoga. So we're not talking about studio yoga. And we are not even talking about the Himalayan yogas too. Himalayan yoga is not ordinary. They have gone to the caves. It means they definitely have pratyahara, clearly. Otherwise, they'll not be able to be in the caves. So they might be having dharana. They might be having dharana. It means they have been on that journey for many lives in the past. Just to begin in Kali Yuga and have dharana in this body which cannot sit too long and cannot tolerate too much cold or heat. So now we are speaking about the Himalayan yogis. They are not the studio yogis. Himalayan yogis, they have something extraordinary with them. So it is very much possible that they may be in dharana. Very much possible. And can somebody be in dhyana? Possible. Because it's not one lifetime thing. If they have been practicing that for so many years, so many lives, past lives, to such a degree, to such an extent that they've left everything when they were like a teenager or so and went to Himalayas and started doing it, it means it did start in this life, in previous lives. To be able to come to the stage of dharana in this life, it just doesn't happen in only previous life. Yeah, because pratyahara itself takes so many lives. So the point is, to have Paramatma Darshan through Ashtanga Yoga is not one lifetime thing. Many lifetimes, and that too especially in Kali Yuga, somebody to have to start a yoga in this lifetime and to be able to see Paramatma in this lifetime is in Kali Yuga. That's a no, right? But we just heard, when we're drawing parallel to Bhakti Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, we just heard how dharana and dhyana is equal to the ruchi and asakti, right? So can somebody come to ruchi and asakti in this lifetime, one lifetime? Bhakti is also not only this lifetime. If we see devotees, some devotees, they get to know about Bhakti like Srila Prabhupada disciples. Say, for example, our Jayananda Prabhu. He came to know about Srila Prabhupada. He had major depression, but still, in one lifetime, as a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he could clearly come to the stage of ruchi when he was in the wheelchair about to leave his body, Jayananda Prabhu. It was very clear that he was in ruchi. One lifetime. Apparently one lifetime. But, or the rest of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, so many hundreds were there, thousands were there. Were they able to do that? They did not. Because whatever was done in the past life, even in Bhakti too, that's why our journeys also are at our own places. Bhakti is also not one lifetime thing. So the question now is, okay, I'm starting Bhakti now. For how far can that come? Can it come past Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, like that? That depends. Esham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandvamoha nirmukta bhajante mam dradavrataha. How much of your desires are gone? Sinful proclivities means sense gratification, means wanting something from this world. How much of that is gone? How much of your sponge is dry? And how much of your sponge is eagerly absorbing Bhagavan? Esham tu antagatam papam. First one, how much of your sponge is dry? Jananam punya karmanam. How much are you eagerly absorbing anything about Bhagavan, the Seva, or the Katha, or Nama? Then, te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dradavrataha. Then the mango is ripened. Then the skin will easily come off the pulp. Like that. So, we have individual journeys. So, those are the parallels between the Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Now, the slides that we are going to see are about Dharana and Dhyana, meditation upon the Supreme Lord in the heart. For Paramatma Yogis, Ashtanga Yogis, they have darshan of Chaturbhuja, the Paramatma, Lord Vishnu, in the heart. So that description will be given. Okay? Lotus feet are the same. Then what about us? Paramatma is it's not that Paramatma is different from Bhagavan. It's same absolute truth. Okay? Because the Ashtanga Yogi wants to meditate on the Paramatma aspect of Bhagavan, that's how he gives the darshan. So for Ashtanga Yogis, darshan is the Paramatma. For Bhakti Yogis, if you are Rama Bhakta, then the Paramatma will give darshan as Bhagavan Ram. If you are a Krishna Bhakta, Paramatma will give darshan as Bhagavan Krishna. If you are a Narayana, Lord Vishnu Bhakta, Vaikunta, then absolute truth, Lord, will give darshan accordingly. This Brahma says to Narada, I hope I would like to, we will recite that sloka when we meet soon together. Very beautiful sloka, where Brahma is saying, I think it's to Narada, yeah. Based on the mood of the meditator and the desire of the devotee, Bhagavan gives darshan accordingly in that form. So based on the desire of the devotee, Bhagavan gives darshan in that specific form. Aisa. So for us, Bhakti Yogis, what darshan are we going to get and at what stage? The stage is parallel to Ashtanga Yoga. Same. We can't bring in sentimentalism here and say, I am seeing God now. Okay. Is that Trinadapi Sunichena? First thing. So maybe it is just the mind saying something. A indicator to hona hai. Externally, only if there is Trinadapi Sunichena taro revasa hishnuna amanina amanadena. Then only what we are feeling from within will be a transcendental mellow. Actually, dear devotees, to really understand what Trinadapi Sunichena, we will hear this. Before we get to that, where are we now? Drawing the parallel. And yeah, about Dharana Dhyana, that will have darshan of the Lord. Is it that easy to have darshan of the Lord in the heart? Let's understand Trinadapi Sunichena, then we will understand if it is easy to have. Ruchi or raga is only a start. Is that easy to have? That is comprehensible. I get it. Okay. Trinadapi as fence and a mellow that is generated within for Guru and Krishna. Okay, that is Ruchi. At least I'm able to understand. So Ruchi is, okay, we are something that we are able to understand. If Bhagavan has made us to be able to understand and give a little hope, that is good. That is Ruchi. Asakti, what happens? Even for the Ruchi also, dear devotees, we should understand what this Trinadapi Sunichena is. Very wonderful. Otherwise, we may think, oh, Trinadapi Sunichena is, we should bow down, we should be respectful to everybody. Yes, I am very much fallen, Mataji. I am very much fallen, Prabhu. You are the great. Oh, nee, Trinadapi. That is not Trinadapi. Okay. Trinadapi Sunichena Taroreva Sahishvana. Trinadapi Sunichena Nichena Nicha. I am so fallen. Not coming from the mind. As a blade of grass, when the wind blows strongly, does the blade of grass just stand straight like that? No, it just bows down. However the wind wants to blow is okay with the grass, blade of the grass. If you want to blow this way, yes, I'll bow down this way. If you want to blow immediately this way, I'll bow down to your way. Bhagavan, I will play to your tunes. I belong to you. You play the tunes, I dance accordingly. I play to your tunes, Bhagavan, because I belong to you. That's Trinadapi Sunichena. However you chose to blow, dear wind, I bow down accordingly. You are my master. You choose, I dance. You choose, I dance. I play to your tunes because I belong to you. I am your property. Guru and Krishna, I'm your property. Your tune is my choice. Trinadapi Sunichena. Yeah. From that comes Taroreva Sahishnuna. If we understand what Taroreva Sahishnuna, please see if that can be cultivated. Taroreva Sahishnuna is this, dear devotees. Take a sandalwood tree. Huh? Sandalwood tree. Sandalwood tree, such wonderful perfume, henna? Fragrance from sandalwood tree. Take an axe and then cut the sandalwood tree. What does sandalwood tree do? No, you can't cut me. I am hurting. Does it say? Sandalwood tree doesn't say a thing. It doesn't say a thing. It doesn't say, please stop cutting. I am hurting. It doesn't say that. Why are you cutting me? I want to curse you. Doesn't say that. Doesn't say a thing. Not only it doesn't say a thing, it continues to emanate the fragrance of sandalwood. That is Taroreva Sahishnuna. Not only tolerating the blows of it, but continuing to give fragrance to one who is giving the blows on it. Taroreva Sahishnuna. Unconditional compassion. Where does the tolerance come from, huh? Tolerance of that grade. You cut me, but I still help you. That comes from the previous one, Trinadapi Sunichena. Bhagavan, I belong to you. So I have only one shelter, your lotus feet. Whatever may come upon me, I have only one shelter, your lotus feet. So that tolerance is derived from the anchor to that lotus feet. That is Taroreva Sahishnana. Looks like that great anchor to the lotus feet of Lord within, which is seen as compassion outside, unconditional compassion outside. That is Taroreva Sahishnana. Not that, okay, I know you are angry with me, but I'll tolerate. Not just that. It is sandalwood tree being axed, being cut. And then sandalwood tree continue to give fragrance. You may choose to do whatever you want to me, you want to do with me. Feel free. But I will not stop being your well-wisher. You may choose to do whatever you want. I will not stop being your well-wisher. That's Tarore Vasahishna. That comes only when we see Krishna. Krishna's arrangement and everything as Krishna's. Otherwise, that amount of unconditional tolerance is not possible. Yeah. So that's Trinadapi Sunichina Tarore Vasahishna. Amanina Manadena. Amanina, not expecting any respect. This not expecting any respect is not even a topic in this zone, actually. When everything is between Bhakta and Bhagavan, who are we trying to expect the respect from? From Bhagavan? Respect from Bhagavan? So, Amanina, there is no thought, actually. There is not even a thought of respect. And if there is any thought of respect, there is a spit on the thought. And what are we talking about? Aisa, ozone hai. So there is not a lot of struggle. No, I should not expect respect. That is Amanina. Manadena. Manadena is so automatic here. It's not that I have to respect everybody. Because they're so much full of Krishna. They only see Krishna everywhere. They only see everything as Krishna's. And they don't see a reason why anything does not deserve respect when it is Krishna's. So all this is so natural. This is not something that can be cultivated. All these things, they happen automatically when there is Kirtaniya Sadahari, when they're always with Krishna. So much so with Krishna, glorifying Krishna. Then these divine qualities, they just emanate. Like the light emanates from the sun. When there's so much with Krishna inside out, then the light emanates. These are divine qualities, transcendental qualities. Yeah. So when those qualities are emanating, it means then we have a fence now for the Ruchi inside. Yeah. That's the stage of Ruchi. Now what we are going to see in PowerPoint here is at the stage of Asakti and Bhava. This is seeing Bhagavan in the heart, in our Swarupa. That is in the stage of Asakti and Bhava. That we will know. But when we see the PowerPoints, dear devotees, they are fascinating, beautiful darshan of deities. Okay? At least we will honor the darshan of the deities. And we pray someday that can happen in the heart too. Okay? Yes. Now, this PowerPoint presentation is mainly for darshan of deities. Regarding the Katha, we have covered more than what was present in the PowerPoint. What was presented was what Lord Kapila said about Ashtanga Yoga. But we have heard more, not only about Ashtanga Yoga in detail, but parallels of Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. And at every step of Bhakti Yoga, what to expect. Yeah. What to expect and what to do in order to get to the next stage. That also we have heard. So now the final thing is to have darshan of the Lord in the heart, dear devotees. So little meditative time now. Beautiful darshans of the Lord. Again, when we see the darshan of the Lord depends upon the meditator's desire. Which form are they desiring? Accordingly, yes, dear devotees, ready for the darshan. Aha. The Lord in the heart. Dharana. Dharana is the stage, in the stage of asakti. You know, when the sunlight, dawn, you don't see everything clearly, but at least you could say what is building, what is tree, what is a person, what is an animal. That we can say. We don't know the details, but we know the outlines. Dharana, the Lord in the heart. So, I know we just want to stay only on one slide and just stay there. I don't even feel like. One more time. I'll just move down slowly. We'll do this. This is Dharana of the Lord. Prasannavadanam bhojam padmagarbharunekshanam Nilotpaladala shyamam Shankachakra gadadharam. This reminds me. Did the pranam mantra happen? I don't remember doing Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. How did we enter into the Katha?
We did Shri Gurudev. You sang before that. I had
Gurudev
sung
Kripa Bindu Diva. Okay, at least, okay.
Vaishnava Thakuran.
Okay, so there were blessings. Okay, good. At least Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diva. Okay. Now, the time for Dharana. Prasannavadanambojam Padmagarbha Arunekshanam. The Vadanam of the Lord in the heart is very prasanna. And Ambujam, the lotus face of the Lord in the heart is prasanna, very peaceful. Padma Garbha Arunekshanam. You know, in the middle of the lotus, the whorl of the lotus, Aruna Ikshanam. Ikshanam are the glances of the Lord. Padma Garbha Aruna Ikshanam. So the eyes are like that. In the middle of the lotus, the whorl of the lotus, and the glance from the eyes is compared to that. Padma Garbha Aruna Ikshanam. Nilotpaladala Shyamam. Nila Utpaladala Shyamam. Shyamam is the bluish color. Nilotpaladala Shyamam. I have to see the word to word one. But Shanka Chakra Gadhadaram. And he's wearing the Shanka and Chakra and Gadha. So this is about the darshan of the Vishnu form of the Lord, the Paramatma. So this is the Ashtanga Yogi having the darshan of the Lord, the Paramatma darshan of the Lord. That's in Dharana. I want to say specifically for one. This is Dharana. Okay. Heart filled with pure emotions. One should meditate on the pastimes of the Lord in the spiritual world. That is getting to Dhyana. But okay, I think Dharana, now Dhyana, lotus feet of the Lord. The lotus feet of the Lord Hari, that's even in Paramatma form of our Lord Krishna, the lotus feet, they are the same. So in Dhyana, only the rasa is different as Lord Vishnu and Krishna. The personality, the auspicious symbols on the lotus feet are the same. So in Dhyana, now the meditation is on individual limbs of the body. not only the form of the body is in meditation, but the meditation just gets so deeper and denser that the mind is, when we say mind, not this mind, it is actually Bhagwan's darshan. It's in the transcendental. There is, the spiritual body also has eyes. So it's a transcendental vision. So what happens in dhyana? It's like zooming close up to the lotus feet of the Lord. So what does a bhakti yogi, let's say bhakti yogi, Ashtanga yogi or bhakti yogi. So when the Lord gives darshan of his lotus feet, what do we see? Sanchintayad bhagavatas charanaravindam vajrankushadvaja saroruhalanchanadhyam उत्तुङ्गरक्तविलसन्नखचक्रवालां ज्योत्स्नाभिराहता महत्हृदयान्धकारम्. Sanchintayat Bhagavatas Charanaravindam. Bhagavatas Charanaravindam. Chintayat. Now the chitta is very densely at Bhagavan's Charana Aravindam, lotus feet. And what darshan is happening in the chitta? The lotus feet of Bhagavan, Vajra Ankusha Dvaja Saroruha Lanchanadhyam. The lotus feet of Bhagavan is decorated with Lanchana Adhyam. What is it decorated with? Vajra, the thunderbolt. Ankusha. This Ankusha is the elephant goad. Thunderbolt. Dvaja, flag. Saroruha, the lotus flower, etc., etc. Lanchana Adhyam. There are many auspicious symbols like that, each one signifying something. The flag signifies that whoever takes shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Hari, their victory from the material modes is guaranteed. Success guaranteed. Flag already. Flag, when you show the flag, whoever has a victory, their flag goes up. Like that. So the flag in the lotus feet means the devotee will be victorious because they have taken shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Hari. That's what symbolizes. So each one symbolizes something specific. One more thing is the lotus flower symbolizes. It tells about how soft the lotus feet of Lord are, how fragrant they are. So in this way, they are also indicating the guna of Bhagavan, guna of the rupa of the Bhagavan, auspicious symbols. And flag, what is it indicating? This is indicating not only the guna, the karuna, that the shelter will that is given to the bhakta is victorious, not only the karuna. But when Bhagavan is pulling the devotee out of the modes, and when Bhagavan is saving a bhakta, there are pastimes in Vrindavan too. When a big demon comes into Vrindavan, and all the Vrajavasis, they go, Krishna, Krishna, where are you, where are you? And then Krishna comes and kills the demon. There's a pastime there. So the bhaktas are victorious because they are Bhagavans. So in this way, the auspicious symbols, they indicate the qualities and the pastimes also. So in the Rupa, the Guna, in the Leela, how they are embedded like that. So why are we hearing these, dear devotees? See, it is not just looking at slide. It is not just knowing, okay, so there is an elephant, a goat symbol and a flag symbol on the lotus feet of the Lord. That will remain informative only. But what are we hearing about? This is at the stage of dhyana. It means the devotee at the stage of asakti, they are feeling the transcendental mellows, the qualities of Bhagavan. Not only the Nama is revealing the Rupa and Guna of Bhagavan. Rupa, the lotus feet, and the Gunas indicated by these auspicious symbols. This is how, when we heard Raga means attachment to Nama, so much attachment and absorption in the Rama, that the Nama is revealing the Rupa and Guna of Bhagavan. That is why it is the stage of Asakti. How can there be so much attachment to Nama when we have attachments outside? Right? So how can we raga to Guru? You know what? So how can there be so much attachment to Nama when there are so many attachments outside? That we understood, right? Then what do I do? I want to get to this stage. What do I do? What do I do about those attachments, please? Increase your attachment to Guru. Increase your attachment to the seva, the nama that is given by Guru. Only by increasing the attachments there, the detachment to outside will happen. Oh, that is also difficult. What can I do? Because the desire is not there. You don't want to let go of the things of this world. Then what do I do? Continue. Continue the sadhana bhakti. Continue to hear. Continue to be with the devotees. Then the mango will slowly ripen. Slowly ripen. When it ripens, then there is no imagination. Then there is no imagination. Am I in raga bhakti? Look at the mango. Is the mango still green? Are you able to peel off the skin easily? When you bite it, is it sweet? Well, do you smell? Do you smell sweet aroma coming from the mango? I don't see all of them, but I still think there may be little raga bhakti here. And there is no maybe, maybe or a little bit there. Is the mango sweet or not? Do you see the skin of the mango yellow or not? Are you able to peel off the skin with your hands or not? Yes or no? So like that. So yeah, so in the stage of the dhyana, because there is so much of, when the attachment to Nama is there, there is no struggle. No struggle in the relishment of the guna of the Lord. Right? Because it's not the matter of upper chamber. The holy name is revealing the guna. Yeah? I like that. So that's why in the stage of dhyana, asakti, they are in a different world. Internally. Externally, yes, they just try to blend with us. Because they have this fence of Trinadapi Sunichena, they try to blend with us. We are outside the fence. But internally, Ruchi Asakti is going on, Dhyana is going on. Yeah, like that. And Dhyana, and then next one. Yeah, this one more thing. This is the lotus feet, Dhyana. And maybe we can take one or two more shlokas, beautiful ones, in Dhyana. That's about the lotus feet. And you see the descriptions about after the lotus feet, then the thighs of the Lord and the beautiful navel of the Lord, the chest of the Lord. Yeah. And then arms of the Lord. Oh, how wonderful. As the darshan is happening, dear devotees, the tears roll down the cheeks because they are the transcendental mellows. They inevitably, the form and the rupa and guna, they're not two different things. Inevitably, they're tasting the mellows. And we know by this time the heart is so liquefied, it just pours down as tears. So that's what is happening in dhyana. Kaumodakim bhagavato dayitam smaretam digdam arati bhatashonita kardamena malam madhuvrata varuta giropagushtam chaityasya tattvam amalam manim chaityasya tattvam amalam manim chaityasya tattvam amalam manim asya kanthe. This word to word we want to relish when the Bhagavatam prayers start after the Chaitanya Pravaha. These are very beautiful. Explaining about the Gada, Kaumudiki Gada of the Lord and the necklace of the Lord. So those are the details, but this is all in dhyana. The Lord in the heart. Tasyavalokam adikam krupayati ghora tapatrayopasamanaya nistaramakshnoho snigdasmitanuganityam vipula prasadam dhyayechiram vipula bhavanaya guhayam tasyavalokam adikam krupayati ghoram. These are the glances, the soothing glances of the Lord, how it can extinguish krupayati ghoram, extinguish the terrible material fire that we are within. So this is about the soothing glances of the Lord. Dear devotees, what's happening in dhyana? They're actually experiencing the soothing glances. अब तो हम लोग, when we go in front of the deities, our focus on the deity, just the deity standing in front of us. For how long is our focus on the lotus face of the Lord or lotus feet of the Lord? But this is dhyana. They are actually seeing in the heart. This is in the stage of asakti and bhava. Hasam hare ravanata akhila loka tivram shokashrusagara vishoshana matyudaram sammohanaya rachitam nijamaya yasyam Bhrumandalam munikrite makarattvajasya. Oof. This is about the description of the lotus face of the Lord. The smile of the Lord, the eyebrows of the Lord. It's saying the eyebrows of the Lord is like Cupid's brows, a Cupid's bow, where it could win the hearts of the Dandakaranya sages. They were sages. But the beauty of the Lord was so much so that the sages of the Dandakaranya wanted to get wedded with the Lord. So like that, for each feature of the Lord, beautifully, very wonderfully explained. The smile of the Lord, the eyebrows of the Lord, the glance of the Lord. And again, this is all about the Lord in the heart. So that's dhyana, dear devotees. And when the dhyana is so full that one forgets that they are in the mortal frame, that is samadhi, that is bhava samadhi. So the devotee is seeing the Lord in the bhava samadhi and is bhava samadhi. Complete darshan is available in prema, but very reasonably. You know, when the sun is rising, it's not like a minute, sun rose and everything is clear. Aisa nahi hai. So the stages are also like that. Asakti, bhava, prema also. The sun starts to rise. Bhagavan starts to give darshan. That's dawn. Early morning dawn. कुछ दिखता नहीं but थोड़ा सा दिखता है. दिखता नहीं थोड़ा सा दिखता है. Very faint outline. That is asakti. And the sun is rising now. Yes, we are able to see a little more clearly. Yes. That is the early morning sunrise. When sun is up there, completely sun is risen now, and there is no more darkness. Mid-noon, sun, the effect is different. That is prema. So asakti, bhava, prema. Those are the stages of Bhagwan's darshan. Not only darshan, but in prema, they participate in the leelas of Bhagwan. They see the leelas of Bhagwan in bhava, but they participate in the leelas of Bhagwan in prema. I like that. This, dear devotees, this is the parallel for bhakti yogis when compared with the Ashtanga yogis. Dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So we heard not only the Ashtanga yoga that Lord Kapila was teaching Mother Devahuti. We heard about the details, every stage of Ashtanga yoga, and the details, parallels in Bhakti yoga, and the details in every stage of Bhakti yoga, including the Gauna Bhakti, with the ignorance, passion, and goodness. Past that, the start of Raga Bhakti is Ruchi, and then Asakti, and then Bhava, right? That is compared to the Dharana and Dhyana and Samadhi in Bhakti, like that. That's all, dear devotees. We will pause here. I think we can stop the recording, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. So we'll take your reflections for